Hello and welcome. This is Mr. Zero Aces, going by Zero from now on probably. And this is the new thing I'm gonna do, and I'm actually gonna do this for real this time. And this is called the Hunter Chronicles, where myself and some friends, mostly myself, will be going through Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for the Wii U. Yeah. So enjoy this video. Alright, so that was an interesting video. You got to see some of the monsters to come. Alright, so gonna do a new game here. Name. Obviously Zero is the name. Zero. I'll be a male. Yeah, I'll be a male. Because I am a male. Male supremacy. No, I'm just kidding. We humans need both males and females to survive. Alright, I'm looking at these faces here. You can zoom in. I'm gonna just stick with face one. No features will be good. You got, oh, I guess I'll show you the features. It's just like a scar across your face. A goatee. I don't want either. Hairstyle, you guys can look at them when you guys are playing, but I'm just gonna go with type 11. I like the buzz cut and some black hair. And I like type voice type 3, so you guys can listen to which ones you want. It just takes a long time, so I don't want to go through all of it, but this is what I'll do for my character. Yeah, I'll just do standard, that way you guys can see what I'm using, like item wise. I'll save over this one. I tried this before, but it didn't work, so that's what the one I'm saving over is. The recording didn't work. Obviously it worked to make the character. Alright, another video for you guys to enjoy, so enjoy. Right, so as you saw, it's like a kind of like a seafaring village, it seems to be, and there was some sort of a quake or something that happened there at the end, and now we walk up and we're talking to the village chief, and he says, "Morning, Hunter. You sleep well?" Well, I'm not gonna read it all. I'm gonna skip most of it. I'll tell you the gist of it. He's telling you that the Lagiacruz, some sort of monster, I guess, is causing the earthquakes and making it so the village can't do its fishing. So he says that he would take care of it, finish off the Lagiacruz monster, but he's too old, so now it's up to you, I guess, as a hunter to deal with it. But that won't be for a while, since we're still just starting out here. Oh, nice, he gave us some free money. And yeah, so when you see those little chat windows or chat bubbles above people with the marks or with the dots, that means they want to talk to you. So we'll talk to him. I'm not really gonna worry about reading what they say, but I'll tell you what they say. This guild sweetheart girl that I'm talking to, she's the quest giver, and you'll usually find her behind this counter right here. After we go and do a couple of things, she'll be there. And then this little guy here, he is the blacksmith, and you will find him up here, standing right here. You talk to him and he'll make you weapons and armor. This little boy here just gives you stuff here once in a while. Usually just at the beginning he gives you those whetstones, and he gives you a couple things a little bit later on, I think. And this woman here, she sells weapons and armor. You don't ever need to really buy anything from her, or even, talk to her. You don't need to. You're going to be talking to the blacksmith guy. This little guy here, you're going to be talking to when you're trying to get better armor and weapons. And this woman here, when you finally are able to get your fishing fleets out and everything, you'll talk to her to do that. This woman here, behind this counter, she sells items. And yeah, so she's got all that stuff. She gets more stuff later on. This cat here makes it so you can go to online mode if you're playing on the Wii U, or multi-mode if you're gonna just play with some of your friends that have the 3DS. And if you're playing on the 3DS, then you're not going to be able to do the online unless you get some special download onto the Wii U. But I don't know why you wouldn't just have Monster Hunter on the Wii U if you had one. So either way, if you're playing in the 3DS, you go to multi to play with your other friends that have the 3DS version. And if you want to connect 3DS to Wii U, you do multi on the Wii U, and then friend search on the 3DS. And network mode is online, and solo is just so you can play it by yourself. And Moga Village, that's where we're at now. So you talk to that cat to get there. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk about in this village. Well, I guess if you go this way, you go to the Moga Woods. It's kind of like a free hunt kind of a thing. And if you go this way, you go to your farm. You have to kind of unlock, you have to go save the cats that work your farm. You'll do that in some quests later on as well. And it's very beneficial for you to use that farm. That way you're not spending all your money, or you don't have to take a large chunk of time just gathering the items out in the field when you're trying to kill a monster. It's way easier if you use the farm. And this place here is your little house. And that cat there, Chamberlain, it's like you can talk to him and look at the videos in the gallery that you unlocked. And he also makes it so you can put decorations in your house. And I think we start out with a decoration, some sort of a lamp. And there's that bed right there. You can save at the bed. If you go to the end of the bed here, it gives you the option to save. So you can do that, or you can go to the menu, go to quick game, that'll give you the option to save also. I don't know, I've never tried it on a quest. I don't think you can. I think it just says abandoned quest instead of quit game. And this little box here is your item box. Also has your equipment in it. So these top 3 choices that you have are for your items. So this will remove items from our item box, and we do have a lamp here. This is our only item that we have. And these bottom 3 choices are for your equipment and weapons. So if we do manage equipment and equip, we have all 1 of each weapon type, 1 weapon for each of the different types, so you can try out anything and see which one you like the most and use that and go from there, and try out the other ones later on if you feel like you want it. And here's the armor we have, leather armor. You want to try when you're starting out, you start out with this, which is good because it's a good set to have when you're first starting out. It gives you some good skills, but later on as you're trying to get more armor, you want to make 1 full set. So like we have the leather everything for our armor, it's all leather. So next we'll work on something and we want to get an entire set like that. That's all the same. So that way you get weapons or armor skills unlocked. You need to get 10 or more points towards that specific skill for the skill to activate. And I'll go ahead and show you guys that in a second. But first I'm going to equip another weapon type because the sword and shield is good. It just does not do enough damage in my opinion. At least for my normal kind of a play style. And so I'm going to go ahead and equip this switch axe here. The bone axe is what it is. It's a switch axe. It goes from an axe to a sword mode and back and forth, and it's pretty good. I like it. I know other people who don't like it. I was going to talk to that cat, but I accidentally exited the house, so that's not a big deal. Anyway, if I go here to equipment, you can see I have this bone axe with 368 and attack power, and it has a power file, and that file is when you're in sword mode with the switch axe, it'll just do extra damage, and it has yellow sharpness, so it's really obviously a beginner weapon, so it's not that good yet. And then see all this leather armor. It's not very good obviously since we just started out, but we'll be able to get better armor quickly, and this armor will be plenty for what you need and for what you're going to be fighting early on in the game. That thing I was talking about, the skills, if you go to status and you go over, see I've got these three active skills, and that is from my armor. Spirit Swim, and you guys can go ahead and read what it does down there. And then there's the Speed Gatherer, so that helps along kind of like with the Spirit's Whim, and then Gathering +1, which just kind of goes along with both of those. So this is really good for the beginning because you're going to be doing more gathering and mining and such rather than some heavy combat. You're not going to be doing much of that until a little bit later, and it doesn't take long to get there. So when you're first starting out, yeah, you're going to do this, and then if you talk to the village chief, he tells you to go to the Moga Woods to see what his son is doing, because his son is taking a stroll. So you go here to the Moga Woods, but I'm going to do that another time in these videos. First though, I'm going to go into the port. I'm going to go to the online mode. That's what most of this Hunter's Chronicles will entail, is mostly just online play, but I will do village play also because it's nice to be able to fight the monsters when they're a little bit easier for when you're playing by yourself. And also, yeah, I don't know, you get the farm stuff, and then you get a couple little companions, and they're pretty helpful, so you don't have to play entirely alone. Even if you're not playing with anybody, any real people, you got those little companions, and they're helpful. So I'm going to join a room with one of my friends, and you can do this too. You don't have to do the village stuff. It's all about what you want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter the password and enter this room here, and we'll get going on some fighting. Figure it's best to show you fighting sooner than later so you kind of see what's coming up. You guys can start at the beginning though if you want to. In the village, it takes a little while before you get to fighting larger monsters, so if you want to just get right straight to fighting larger monsters, go into the port. They are going to be much more difficult, and especially when you're starting out, it's going to take a long time to kill them, unless you're just already amazing at the game, which in that case, that's awesome. I'm just okay at this game. I enjoy playing this game, and that's why I decided to make these videos. You can talk to this cat here and go back to the Moga village if you want, or switch back to the multi or the solo ports. And my friend is already here, and he's already HR1, which you start out at HR1. I'm HR0 right now because I haven't talked to the people, but I'm going to talk to these people. I'm not going to read what to say. This lady right here sells items that you normally can't buy anywhere else, and see right now they've got that red flashing icon. That just means that it's on sale. So I'm going to buy a barbecue spit from her though, even though it's not on sale, so I can make some meats. You need that for your stamina, which I'll explain later. But yeah, you need that to cook the meat from raw. And her items that this lady sells change over time. Like, she doesn't always sell the same thing every time. So just talk to her every now and then and see what she has for sale. And yeah, this guy's the blacksmith here. You can do stuff like making weapons and armor. And then right here, this guy is just like the other woman. You can buy weapons and armor, but it's only very low stuff like what you start with. And you just run over here. This guy gives you a fish once in a while, like he gave me a sushi fish. This cat over here gives you stuff later on once you get those companions. Yeah, I don't think there's anything over here. You can get some dung maybe from right here. Yeah, I didn't even find anything, but I think you can get dung from there once in a while. Dung is pretty good in this game. You need it for more than you would think. Alright, well I'm gonna, probably stop doing so much narrative, as in talking and telling you guys, explaining. I'm just gonna do more talking to my friend, and we're gonna be hunting, and you can just enjoy our funny speaking. Well, I guess I'll explain this. This woman here, she sells items like the other woman did, the gal with the goods. This woman here behind the counter is the arena clerk. You can go do arena quests there where you fight certain monsters in an arena, and you get to try out different types of armor and different weapons. So that's really good if you want to try out the weapons and have them be like somewhat upgraded and fight monsters early on. That's a pretty good thing to do. There's some solo arena ones you can do in here. If you talk to her, there's one that's by yourself when you first start out, and then other ones you can do with other people, but you can still do them by yourself. It's just a little bit more difficult. But if you want to try out some of the harder monsters right away, go ahead and do that. And this right here is how we do the first kind of quests, by talking to this woman behind here. She's the one quest giver lady. Right here you can sit at the bar, you can eat food, and this cat here just gave me that item. He gives you items sometimes, and when you first start out, this cat here gives you 10 well done steaks, and that gives you stamina. That's why you need that barbecue spit to make the steaks, from raw meat to rare steaks or well done steaks or whatever. But you can sit at this bar, or you can sit up here at this table and you can eat. If you eat, it gives you skills, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate it now. Eat, and you have to pay for it. I got a voucher from the other cat, and I can use that, but it's kind of a waste to use it now. If I pay for one, it costs only 50 Z, and I have 900 right now, 940, so it's not really important for me to use my vouchers. I need to save those for now for some harder fights. So you can just go around and you pick two, and then you eat them and you get skills, and after you eat them and eat them for the first time, it will then tell you what it does. Since I played this before, I know that if you do fish and grain, you get defense up boost, and I know if you do meat and grain, you get an attack up boost. If you do meat and meat, attack up boost. Meat and fish, you get attack up boost. Those are just the ones that I usually use. And if it has that fresh right next to it, it'll increase your stamina at the start of the mission. So I'm going to go ahead and do fish and grain, both fresh, so that I can get defense up and I can get max stamina even before going on the quest. I won't have to use any steaks to increase my stamina. And see, these skills are different skills you can get, and I don't want to go for 2 of the same skills. So this one is pretty good, especially when you're first starting out, the steaming of the fish and the grain. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and hopefully I'll get both of those, because it'll just kind of increase your defense more than what it's at. So it'll give you defense and a couple more skills that'll help out. And yeah, we're gonna do some hunting here, and he's just starting out with me. So yeah, cool. Well, it bleeped out most of that, but I said I was explaining all the stuff here in the port and how to do it and what it does, and that's what I was doing.
Oh, okay. I was like, why isn't he talking?
Oh yeah, I was talking the whole time.
Oh, that's kind of weird. It just now cut in.
Oh yeah, my mic was still muted. I was just explaining all this. Figured you didn't want to listen to me explain all the stuff and what all these people are telling you.
Oh, I would love to do that, and then I would, of course, would add in my witty banter.
Yeah, well, you can do that from now on.
Okay, cool.
Alright, go ahead and set up the quest. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do bowgun. You can do it too, I don't care, but I'm just gonna start out with this because I have no items and I'd rather not spend all my money on ammunition right now.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Do we just want to try and do quests, or do we just want to focus on HR and up, or?
Well, I want to get some armor, so you want to fight a Lagombi,
Okay.
so we can get a canteen quest done?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright.
Let me check my bow here real quick. Rapid.
Alright, so for those of you viewers who don't know what the canteen quests are, you complete the quest and then it levels up your food, like I was showing you earlier when I ate that. It'll just make it so that you can get health bonuses as well as the stamina bonuses. So it's really good to get those canteen quests done as soon as possible.